I said it's too big, contagious to be broken. Save us, can someone please save us from
Hi, I'm Skylar. I'm the media manager for the In Crowd, and this is Cody.
Hi, I'm the
Hello.
digital coordinator for social content.
Yes.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you
meet you
as
too. Thank
well.
you so much for taking time
Yes.
to talk to us.
Glad to be here.
Okay,
My
so
birthday present last year was actually going to see you guys in Michigan.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. I see you got a 303 something or other up there.
Yeah, it's the set list off the back of the stage. Yeah, it's from the Emo Night 10-year anniversary in Lakewood.
Very cool. Nice.
Mhm.
yeah, so actually, my first question kind of goes along with how you've been touring with Simple Plan and 303 for your sequel tour. So, just generally, how's it going?
Oh man, it's going great. I mean, we're about a week in, and it's been pretty cut up. Like we did the first show, and then we had Warp Tour, and then we did the second show, and there was already a day off, and then and so it's I think after we get this, we're on a big drive now, like 2 days of driving, and once we get there, I think it's going to kick in. But it's just great to see everybody, and we all know each other, and the crews all already know how to work together, and it's just it's just been really really nice. It's been good. We've already got to hang out a lot with 303, and so yeah, it's crowds are awesome. You just can't really ask for more.
You say, I mean, I've been in your crowd. I saw you at Warp Tour last year. And one of the main things, and everybody told me ahead of time, was how funny you are on stage
Oh, thank you.
and just that you make it fun, and you really do.
Yeah.
So I was kind of wondering, do you feel like there's a pressure to stay that funny even as tour goes on and it gets kind of hard to keep the energy up?
um, so I will say this: I'm harder on myself if I don't think I was funny than I am if I don't think I sang very well. So I but you know what? It's not a pressure really. It's just because it's natural, and because I get to be funny to Rob and Gary. It really, if I can make them laugh, then I know everybody else is gonna think it's funny. So and then having Rob on stage being goofy, and then Gary has a microphone now, and he always is funny, and so it's there's always just gonna be it's just always gonna happen. So I don't worry about it too much. It's just it's who we are. You're really just seeing us the same way we are, the three of us in the bus and backstage the whole time anyway. And so it's but it's my favorite part of the show for sure.
Oh, I love that. Um, has there ever been a time that you thought something was absolutely hilarious on stage and the crowd did not?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. I don't do it a lot, but making the audience uncomfortable it is my favorite thing to do. But I don't do it a lot, but it does happen. And when I do it, I will milk it, and I'll just keep going and keep going and keep going.
I think
I
that's
think yeah,
hilarious.
and that's just and sometimes that's what makes it funny, you know.
Definitely. So it feels like this is the sequel leg of the tour. You
Yeah,
guys did this last year too, and it feels like you've kind of been on tour forever
yeah,
because you have
it does.
another tour after this tour.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so when you're going, like right now, when you're traveling and you're going to town, all of that, what's on your playlist?
Ah, I mean, honestly, I don't listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and then I listen to books as well. And so I think I've listened to like 6 books already this year, and which is crazy for me. But then I like true crime, and so I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and things like that. Um, but I mean, we're pretty on the go. I mean, but we wake up, and by the time we have coffee, we usually go to the hotel that our driver is staying at, and go to the use the gym and the pool, and then we come back. And by the time you eat something and get ready, it's sort of time to start thinking about the show. And sometimes we play a little PlayStation golf, but really, it's the days are kind of full. So I don't really have a lot of downtime to sit and play and listen to music.
That's fair. Okay, so I feel like those first couple questions were not deep, and I'm gonna get deep for a second.
Okay.
All right, so I grew up on A Hangover You Don't Deserve,
Yeah.
and Fighting for Lose was basically like the soundtrack of my right after graduation going into college.
Yeah.
So, like massively obsessed at that time. So, like it always felt like the music was almost growing up with me because I mean
Yeah.
there was a song about graduation on there.
Yeah.
So, like, do you feel like it's still growing with you, or do you feel like it's almost keeping up with what everyone else is doing? Like,
Oh,
where's the focus in it?
oh, I definitely don't ever even think twice about what anybody else is doing ever. And we never have, and that's just and I think the telltale sign of that is, as bands like Sum 41 and Blink 182 got to be more serious or more heavy, and we really just stayed the same, and that's just always been this is what our niche is. I'll tell you this, but we've gotten to be better at everything. So like we're better songwriters and we're better at playing our instruments and we're better singers. And so that's what's the fun part about making new music is, is being able to go in there and go, oh man, we have, we just the capabilities of, both with us, you know, actual, ability to do things, but also technology and things like that. Like it's just fun to go in and try to create something awesome. And so everybody that's heard our new album that's coming out next year is like it's the perfect mix of Drunk Enough to Dance and what and like getting to this point. There's some throwback, but it's also fresh and new. And it's funny you said Fishing for Woos because and that time of your life, because that record is an interesting one because we had just released Sorry for Partying, and that was going to be our big record. We just knew it. Like we thought we had 6 singles on it. Like I mean it was, but we got dropped. The label sold and they cleaned house, and so we got dropped and didn't get that record back. So Fishing for Woos was really just in response to that, of being like, oh, we're either going to quit or we're going to get back out there on our own again and get something out there and get on the road and bust our ass and make this work. And we've been on our own since. And
Oh, I love that.
yeah, and so that's an important record, and I'm glad it meant something to you.
That kind of matches that whole like after high school where it was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. What am I
Yeah,
gonna do? And I
yeah,
think that may be why you
yeah,
guys were in that position where we
yeah,
were both kind of in this,
absolutely. It's
what are we
real sort
doing?
of like it's real daydreamy. That album
Right.
is real daydreamy for me. Like it's a lot of like, what if we did this, or I wish this could happen. It's very much a lot of that kind of stuff lyrically, and so that is interesting that hit at that time in your life because it probably did make a lot of sense.
So
Yeah.
speaking of times in your life with your music specifically, as I said, I'm Gen Z, I'm younger.
Yeah,
However, my first awareness of Bowling for Soup was Stacy's mom
yeah,
in 1985. So while I'm aware that's a Fountains of Wayne cover,
yeah,
that's my generation's awareness of that.
yeah,
There was quite literally a period of time where if I had a daughter, she was going to be Stacy, so
yeah.
that I could be Stacy's mom.
Right.
So how does it feel that some of your music is now like the soundtrack of people growing up, especially like for Cody specifically, like her kids, I'm sure like listen to all kinds of music. So like
Yeah,
it's not just like me, I was young when
yeah,
your music was growing, but it's your audience has kids now and they're starting to enjoy it. Have you
yeah,
seen that and how does this
yeah.
make you feel?
Absolutely. No, I mean, we've been seeing it our whole career. I mean, being around 32 years, we're three and four generations now. And so it's one of those things where we hear that a lot, that we're the soundtrack of the, and it's funny 'cause a lot of times people approach it differently. Some people be like, you got me through high school, and some people would be like, I don't mean to make you feel old, but you were my whole junior high, and it's like, there's just different approaches to it. There's the whole you saved my life thing, and there's the whole you got me through this, or like you always make me happy after a long week, and all of it means the world. It just all is great, and when bands come up to us that sound nothing like us, and they say, you guys are the reason I bought a guitar, or Girl the Bad Guys Want's the first song I learned on drums, or like you're the reason I wanted to be a singer, and like I stole all your stage presence, and you know what I mean, like all that stuff just makes you feel so good. But it also you started to specifically speak on like the "You Saved My Life" thing that used to make me really uncomfortable, and I didn't really know how to deal with it. But then I just started, one day it just hit me, and I was like, you know what, I could say the same thing to a few people. Like I could say like, you really did get me through some dark times, and I wouldn't say that you like literally saved my life, but in the grand scheme of things, like you made my life so much better that you really did sort of save it. And so I just accepted that, and now I'm just thankful for it. And but yeah, being a part of you know of a period of time in people's lives is just it's really cool. And that's honestly, it's why we're calling the next tour "Let's Be Friends," because so many people are rediscovering us and going, man, I I used to listen to them every day, and they're still out there. Like, why did I stop listening to Bowling for Soup? And I'm thinking, yeah, why did you stop listening to Bowling for Soup? So let's be friends. And then there's a whole new group of fans that's coming out to see us too. And I'm like, hey, you guys, like, let's be friends. And so that was the whole idea on the tour name that we're doing after this.
I love that. I for me personally, I can definitely see the like falling off and then coming back,
Yeah,
especially with the revival of Warped Tour.
yeah.
Like listening to all the playlists of the bands because we went last year, we were pressed this year. It really like brought back memories for me of certain bands that I was like, oh, I forgot.
hmm And I do that too. There was this one day I was just, I had like three bands pop into my head, and I was like, why did I stop listening to that band? And then you go back and you revisit it. And it's like this whole new playlist of stuff that you listen to all the time, and you hadn't listened to it in a while. And I love that how music makes you feel a certain way, and how we all have that one album or song from high school. Mine's Faith No More, The Real Thing, that album. Like when I put that on, I can feel it, I can smell it, I can taste it. I can put myself in my truck with my buddy Scott, the windows down. We're driving down the street going to Sonic, and like I can just, and it's just crazy how music can make you feel that way.
Definitely. Um, yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I got like a little emotional because that was beautiful. Um, all right. So that kind of like wraps up our big questions.
Okay.
The next thing we have to oh wait, I do have one more question I forgot about. Um, we were super lucky to work with a band called Dawn from Nashville last year, who you worked with on a 2002 cover.
That's right. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
love them. They were so
Yeah.
sweet. But so like she mentioned earlier, I have kids, so and I'm also a teacher, so I can't help but wonder, what do you think the important parts that would be in a 2026 version of the song would be?
Oh man. So I'm gonna break this down for you about, because I think what gets lost in 1985 when people do I love the parodies. That's the reason why we're not gonna do one, by the way, is because I
Right.
don't want people to stop doing them, because I just think they're great, and I don't want to take that away from the internet, and from us really, because it's just so cool to see all the different ones. And hers is great. The 2002 is so good. But I think what gets lost is the story. Like we get so into that when people do the remakes of it, they get so into the nostalgia and the throwback and the stuff that was popular at the time. You forget that that's actually a story about a mom whose kids don't think that she's cool. And so I would my version would, I would make sure that story stayed in there. And I, because the original, the SR-71 version of that song that we
Mhm.
took, and it's mean. Like it's really, I mean, like I was like, I'm not gonna say this about, I mean, I don't like that. Like that you're being really mean to her. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be mean to Debbie. I want it to be just more like, hey man, your mom's freaking cool. Like she brings you to shows and stuff. Because the big thing was back then is kids would come to our through our merch line, and it was back in the days where security would allow us to go to our merch booth after every show, and people would line up and walk through, and you'd have kids that walk through with their parents, and they'd roll their eyes at their parents and stuff when they'd say anything, and you'd just go, hey man, your parents brought you here. Like that's freaking cool. So, yeah, I think so. I hope that that's good enough of an answer. The thing that it would be less for me about nailing the references and more just about nailing the story. If
No,
that
I
makes
love
sense.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially
Making sure
because
you're not saying just one Prozac a day, husband's a CPA, and her dreams went out the door when she turned 24. Because when I turned 24, I was blaring that song, and I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I'm still
I mean,
young.
I used to tell my mom that song was about her.
Yeah.
So
Right.
no, I
Exactly.
love that.
Yeah.
All right. Something that we do at the In Crowd that is an ongoing thing, and we're hoping we can do virtually, and you'll be our first virtual contestant, is I like to play rock, paper, scissors with everyone I get to talk to.
Okay, cool. Is it rock,
So
paper,
we're going to
scissors,
do
go?
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
It's one time, winner takes all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Any questions?
Nope.
All right, cool. Ready?
Yep.
All right.
Rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. Always go rock.
So you won. You beat
Yeah.
me.
I won.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
a very good winning record, so
She
Yeah.
does.
No, we used to do trivia night, and we did it for years and years and years. And my friend Amy was always, if you tied, you had to play rock, paper,
We apologize for the interruption, but this is top secret information that cannot be revealed to the public. Thank you.
My dickies, your sweatbands, my